The mentoring relationship will last for 1 or 2 years, making the build and sustain phase the longest of the 5 phases. During the phase of build and sustain, you want to help your mentee see progress. In order for this to happen in a structured way, your mentee needs to set objectives. After completing this module, you'll feel confident helping your mentee set objectives and have identified the many ways you can help. You can record the objectives on a document we call My Roadmap, the My being your mentee. Put a few sessions aside to work with your mentee to help them create their version of My Roadmap. A template is provided in the toolbox, but feel free to create your own version with your mentee. It's the content that's critical, not the format. Bring extra paper and pens because sometimes a mentee shows up with no way to make a note. When helping your mentee set goals, we recommend the goals be SMART. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Let's work through an example so you can see how to help your mentee evaluate whether the goal they want to set is a SMART goal or not. Let's pretend your mentee wants to set a goal to be the best basketball player on the team. Is it specific? Not really, because we may not agree on what makes a player the best. Is it wins, rebounds, points? A more specific goal for your mentee might be this: I want to be the top scorer on the basketball team. Or, I want to get more rebounds than anyone else on the team. The second quality of a SMART goal is, can you measure it? I want to be the top scorer on the basketball team can be measured. You would just look at the records of everyone on the team. But what if they don't want to be the best, only better than they were last year? Well, better than last year in rebounds can be measured too. How many rebounds did they make last year? And how many this year? SMART goals have to be achievable. That's a very important consideration. Setting goals that aren't achievable can be really discouraging. This is something you'll want to discuss with your mentee. In the case of a mentee who wants to be the point leader on the basketball team, you may want to ask how they did last year. If they didn't do well, ask what's changed. Why do they feel they can be the point leader this year? If they were at the bottom of the point list last year, it might not be realistic that they become point leader this year. But don't assume. Ask questions. What if they spent the summer doing drills after work? Or maybe they joined a community team and played all year. The R in SMART stands for relevant. So your mentee's goals need to be relevant. Top scorer on the basketball team, is that relevant? I would say yes, relevant. If school is a place that's hard for your mentee to spend time, then playing basketball would be a way to enjoy spending some time at school. Plus, being a good player is good for self-esteem. As long as the goal is specific, measurable, and achievable, there are lots of things that are relevant to the goals of the mentoring program. And one last thing, SMART goals must be timely. You may be wondering, what's a timely goal? Timely means the mentee has enough time to accomplish their goal. Let's look at an example. Let's say I want to be bilingual in French by the end of the school year. Is it specific? Yes. Bilingual in French. Is it measurable? Yes. You can test me or the mentee to see if we're bilingual. Is it achievable? We'll need more information to answer that one. And that information will tell you if the goal is timely. If your mentee is extremely proficient in French, then yes, the goal could be achievable. And if the school year is only just beginning, there is time for them to get better. So yes to achievable, and yes to timely. And we missed one. Is it relevant? Yes, French is a required course for mentees until the end of grade 9, and there are lots of job opportunities for people who are bilingual. So if the mentee has enough time to accomplish their goal, then it's timely and smart. But timely also means there isn't too much time, because too much time may actually make it more difficult for the mentee to accomplish their goal. Here's an example. If your mentee's goal is to be on time for class every day, perhaps the mentor would have more success if the goal was, I will be on time every day this week, or this month, or term. Trying to be on time every day for the entire school year is a goal that may not be timely. A lot can go wrong during the school year. Everything from a snowstorm to a missed bus could cause your mentee to be late and then use their incentive to be on time for the rest of the year. In this case, a shorter time horizon increases the likelihood they'll achieve your goal. You need a good understanding of how to set SMART goals so you can guide your mentee appropriately. More information can be found online. We listed some useful websites in the toolkit. Also in the toolkit is an exercise that asks you to examine a list of goals to determine if they're SMART goals or not.